There are just 3 days to go until Americans head to the polls, and both leaders are rapidly crisscrossing the country in an effort to shore up votes. They're spending most of their time, of course, in the key swing states, one of which is Georgia, and that's where we find our very own Pete Stefanovic. Pete, what message have the leaders been spruiking today?
Yeah, very good morning to you, Tim. Yeah, of all of those 7 key battleground states, Georgia is a biggie. There are 16 votes in the Electoral College up for grabs here. But there is also a fascinating storyline here at play in the state of Georgia. So remember 4 years ago? Well, 5 million people in Georgia cast their votes. 5 million. But in the end, it came down to a whisker. Just 10,000 votes separated the two main contenders. Joe Biden carried the state, and he was the first Democrat president to do so since Bill Clinton did, way back in 1992. Polls suggest it's going to go down to the wire again, which is why the two main contenders this time, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, are spending so much time campaigning here. Kamala Harris was in Atlanta a little bit early today, warning her supporters about a potential Trump presidency.
If he is elected on day one, Donald Trump would walk in that Oval Office with his enemies list, stewing over an enemies list. When I am elected, I will walk in on your behalf with my to-do list.
Donald Trump was not campaigning in the state of Georgia today. He wasn't so far away, though. He was in the state of North Carolina, another big one. But he had a response, first of all, to that assertion from Kamala Harris.
They always say, Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. He has promised to go after his political opponent and put them in jail. He's terrible. He's promised to put them in jail. That's what they're doing to me.
Still with Donald Trump, and there are major concerns still about his appeal to women. So of the 60-odd million Americans who've already cast their vote so far, 54% from women, and in a state such as Georgia, the gap is 10 points between male and female voters in favour of female voters. And from Trump HQ, there is some concern about that even still, and he referenced it today in his speech in North Carolina.
What I do is very controversial. I don't care. I do the right thing. I want to protect women, but I want to protect our men. I want to protect our children. I want to protect everybody. So I took a little poll, and these horrible people back there said, well, Trump is soft with women. I don't believe I'm soft with. They say Trump is soft. He's very good with men. I don't know. Thank you, men. I believe that women have to be protected. Men have to be, children, everybody. But women have to be protected. Is there any woman that would be offended by the fact that I said, I am going to protect you as your president? No hands. Somebody else just said it was a woman who transitioned, you know. But I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I know. You have to be very careful, everything you say. You know, like there's some women that are very beautiful in the audience. I would never say that, because if I said like that, her, we get a lot of her. If I said they were beautiful, that's the end of my political career.
So once again, we are in the city of Atlanta in the state of Georgia today. It is an important one, which is why the leaders are spending so much time campaigning here. 16 votes in the Electoral College up for grabs. Remember that you need 270 to win. But Georgia is interesting because, like a lot of states around the United States at the moment, it is red on the outskirts, so in those regional centres, very much Republican, but you get into the cities such as Atlanta, it is blue. So we went down to that Kamala Harris rally a little earlier today to get a snapshot of what her supporters are thinking in the very left-leaning city of Atlanta.
What do you fear a second Trump presidency would do?
It would cause a divide. I think it would cause a great divide within our country.
If you ask Americans, you know, what is the better course going forward, if you really look at the numbers, if you look at the facts, it's with the Democratic agenda.
I think that we are looking for someone to come in to level set prices, to allow lower income, middle class people to be able to succeed in life, right? And so I do think that the Harris Party will be able to do that.
Our girls are getting to see a part of history, but just moving a new way forward in a different way for all of us.
I might move to Australia if Trump becomes president.
Harris has got common sense, she's smart, and she's going to take us forward, and the alternative is not good.
Yeah, and the Democrats were certainly out in force today. A little early, we heard from the president. He was campaigning in his hometown of Scranton in Pennsylvania. This was Joe Biden with a shot at Trump a little earlier today. A verbal shot, of course.
There's one more thing Trump and his Republican friends want to do. They want another giant tax cut for the wealthy. Now, I know some of you guys are tempted to think it's macho guys. I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Scranton, we used to have a little trouble going down the plot once in a while from Green Ridge. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
And there is plenty of time left in the day. Again, both of the main contenders are zeroing on North Carolina again. Kamala Harris will be there today. Donald Trump is there already, as we know. Trump's got another rally. This is an interesting one too, in Virginia, the state of Virginia, later on today, which is as left-leaning as you get and has become so. It's so close to DC. But like he did in New York recently, he's going into these blue areas, these blue states, hoping that maybe this is an opportunity to flip what has now become a blue state red. We'll have to wait and see, but it sure is going to be interesting, Timmy.